Well, hey, thanks for stopping for a second and listening. If you missed the sermon, it was a very specific sermon about something we're doing as a church, and that's what I wanted to grab your time with. Let me take you into the Christmas story. It's Christmas season, so I think it's fair. Let me take you into something and highlight it, maybe in a way that you don't normally think about it. Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 2 says, Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the reign of King Herod. About that time, some wise men from the eastern lands, maybe you call them the actual wise men, we three kings, whatever, there were probably not even three. Anyways, they arrived in Jerusalem asking, and this is what's important, where is the newborn king of the Jews? We saw a star as it rose, and we have come to worship him. Now, you probably have seen it at least in graphics. The star. It's one of the major pieces of the Christmas story, the star. Well, what if that was an approach that God regularly uses? Well, what if that star for Christmas isn't just a one-time thing that God does? Where we've got it for the Christmas story, star, it's pretty, it gives us decorations, it makes for a great nativity scene. If you have like the expanded version, what if God, if there's history at least, it tells us that he leverages things to draw you and I to a certain place, more specifically to him, to follow him, to be about whatever he wants us to be about? I would tell you, he does do that. You can go all the way to the Old Testament and see God use fire to guide people, cloud to guide people. Then, of course, the Christmas story. But now let's go to now, right now, you and I, this moment. And what I talked about is I believe God is using technology, most specifically the digital world, to guide people to him. And so I talked about a Christmas offering, and that's what I wanted to address real quick with you. Sometimes we are like, Pastor Man's bringing up money. Is he going to buy a new car with it? What's he going to do with this? No. In fact, I'll give you an example. I preached a sermon that you probably saw maybe in person or digitally. One of our cameras broke or malfunctioned during that sermon, just so you know, because we're using specific cameras not designed to do what we're using them to be. It's a mess of technology talk that you don't want to hear. I just want you to know we don't have the right equipment to do what God's calling us to do. There's over 1 million people that we believe that we can spread the gospel to. And the sermon was about us being a light, bringing the gospel to them. And I wanted to highlight that God has been in this kind of mode for leveraging things to draw people to him. So if it wasn't too offensive for you, I'm going to invite you to be a part of the Christmas offering. I've even got down, there's over 1 million people that are counting on this. So I've had the conversations with my kids. I've had the conversations Katie and I have talked about what will we bring, just like the Magi were bringing a gift. What if we brought an extra gift? And so I hope that you won't make this about money or even about amounts of money. I hope that if you have preconceived ideas of what churches do with money that is negative, I hope that you'll be able to put that to the side and say, you know what? It does matter that other people hear who Jesus is. So I challenge you. Maybe it's even a dare. I don't know what you want or need, but I think you have friends just like I do, that if we were to share with them digitally who Jesus is, that they might find that hope they're looking for. I bet if you could think, you probably even have folks who say, I'll never go to a church, but they might hear about Jesus, be willing to listen to a story about Jesus, maybe a podcast about conversations that are around doubt or concerns or what is faith really. We're going to be putting that together, but you and I have to do this together for that to happen. So I invite you, look at how you can contribute to it. And I think I'm actually pretty confident, actually, that there will be people a year from now who will know who Jesus is because you and I decided to shine this news about Jesus into their lives, exactly where they're at, on their phone, their computer, their TV. It really is worth it, and you're invited to be a part of it.